Alright, so here's where I'm at with what I'm doing. I got the cigar guitar off, being put together, neck prepared, dressed, frets, all of that. All my guitar related stuff is just kind of in limbo right now. So I was doing a lot of research, a bunch of research about electronic drums, because I have an electronic drum set that I was gonna, it's kind of an entry-level type situation that I was gonna use. I want to use electronic drums for recording, and I would like to use them either if I get a good module that has great sounds, great. If not, I was gonna plan on using what's called Superior Drummer. It's a program where you use the drums to trigger the sounds in the program. So, I mean, I've been doing a lot of research these last couple of weeks on electronic drums. One of the channels that I got a lot of information on, and if you're interested in electronic drums and all things electronic drums, check out our YouTube channel. I believe it's called 65 Drums. This guy by the name of Justin runs it. Very informative stuff. So after, you know, watching a bunch of his videos, doing a bunch of research, at first I was thinking, well, I got a Roland TD11 that I picked up pretty cheap off Craigslist. Just kind of an entry-level electronic drum set. I figured that would get me a good starting position. And then after doing more research, I realized, well, maybe I want to upgrade to TD11. After doing even more research, I realized playing on the small pads that come with these electronic drums, I enjoy playing the drums. I mess around with the drums a little bit, so. Hard playing on these small little pads. So then I started doing some research into taking an acoustic drum set, putting triggers on it, and using that as an electronic drum set. And I think that's, well, obviously that's the way I'm going to go, because I just picked up this drum set at Music-Go-Round. Bass drum, 3 mounted toms, and a floor tom, cheap. It was like $280 for all of this. Obviously I need a snare and various other things that I think what I'm making this video to just like say, okay, here's that crazy Nettie Stans doing that crazy kooky stuff he does. Now I'm going to take this drum set and I'm going to convert it over to an electronic drum set using triggers. I kind of got my eye on 2 different triggers right now. I don't know which way I'm going to go. I'm waiting for one company in Germany to email me back and let me know how much. I asked for a price quote on their triggers. There's another a guy here in the States, I want to say Indiana. Seems like he's got some really nice triggers, so I also contacted him. So I'm going to do a, I don't know, a documentary, is that what you want to call it? Just some videos showing how I'm going to convert these rather cheap drums into an electronic kit that I am going to use for recording. And I feel if I do it right, I'm going to get some pretty good sounds out of it. So I just wanted to give a little video, update video on these drums, and as I progress with the parts I need to convert these over, I'll make more videos, like kind of a step-by-step, hey, here's where I'm at now, you know, here's where I'm at, whatever. One of the things is, a couple of things, I gotta get mesh heads. I've been doing some research into mesh heads, so I'm gonna be getting mesh heads for these. I'm gonna get the triggers for them. I don't know which route I am going to go for the cymbals. There's a lot of companies out there that make some really, really nice electronic cymbals. And then I think probably one of the biggest pieces that I'm going to need to get is a drum module that I will plug all these drums into to get the actual drum sounds. I'm not sure which way I want to go with the drum module yet, because I'm kind of leaning towards just using the drum module to connect into my computer, where I'll be triggering the software Superior Drummer. But a lot of guys, a lot of videos I've watched, Roland makes a drum module. It's the TD30. Seems to be getting some really good sounds just right out of the box. So I don't know which way I'm going to go with the drum module just yet. So here we are, kooky nitty stands, doing videos about an electronic drum set I'm going to build. These are, I would imagine they're just kind of a low-level Pearl Export series. I had my eye on some different drum sets that I thought looked cooler, you know. They were a little bit pricier, but I really dig the way they looked. But one of the things when I was doing the research is, okay, the lug nuts, the screws on the inside that hold the lugs. The drums I was looking at only had one screw on the inside that was holding the lug on. And ideally for the triggers that I'm going to be using, I wanted to get a drum that had the two screws to hold the lugs on. And when I get the triggers and I start putting it together and all that, you'll see why the two screws work better than the one. So that's like one of the big reasons that obviously, because also this was a very cheap drum set. It's not very exciting to look at, but I kind of had to put my own personal preferences aside and say, hey, look, I'm making this drum set to be an electronic drum set to use as triggers. It doesn't need to look like, you know, it doesn't need to look cool. So here we are. I will make some more videos once I get some more parts for these and do a kind of a step-by-step explanation on how I'm converting these over into electronic drums. Also, I'm not trying to be a YouTube star or anything like that, but I would like to try and get what I'm doing out to as many people as possible, because the main reason I'm making these videos and doing these things is to maybe share some of the knowledge I have, maybe to gain some knowledge from people that say, okay, you're doing this wrong or this or whatever. So I think this is the first video I've ever said this, but hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that. Lates.